Spoken word by Kahsenniyo. At Kanata, in the Mohawk village adjacent to Brantford, Ontario, Canada. November 7th, 2010.
What's up, guys? Come on, I said what's up. Thank you. Alright, so Bill asked me to do a little bit of my spoken word today, so thank you very much, Bill, for letting me have this opportunity. I'm gonna do a poem about my status card and kind of what I feel about it and stuff like that, just because everyone I talked to told me to do that one, so I'm gonna do what the people say. And okay, here it goes. This card tells me who I am, where I've been, and symbolizes everything that I am not. You see, yesterday I fought, and today I will fight because my cause I know is right. This card burdens my colonial name. I am not Tawny Wilson, I am Kahsenniyo. And the pain that I gain will only make me stronger. But still, the idea of this card makes me feel insane. It tells me that I'm subject to so-called Canada. And the pain inflicted on my people by Canada is just a game in their eyes. But from my perspective, this game is my people's lives. They're cutting budgets for the rights that I am entitled to. The rights that I am entitled to based on the struggle and what was promised to my ancestors. They did all that they could do to ensure my people's prosperity, and I just had a moment of clarity. I am who I am based on the struggle and wisdom of my ancestors through our own traditional system. It is my inherent right not to pay taxes to receive glasses and medical care. The first procedures of residential schools was to cut the children's hair. And after all that has been done to my people, those squatters in Ottawa still got their panties in a bunch, even after they punched my people's spirits. The side of the story, you don't often hear it. When they enforced their system of identification, they were strategic. They understood that our traditional system, we need it. I am not a female, I am a woman. The foundation of my community, and the blood of my people runs through my veins to my children to carry on the nation's name. So they enforce a patriarchal system for identification, and these cards make it impossible for my people to become a truly sovereign nation. I am not a number, I am Uncle Howe. But yet these cards mean that Canada holds the power, and the idea of this tastes kind of sour, and as the idea of this goes from thoughts to words to my lips, it makes me feel sick to think that Canada's past and present is so sour. Too many of my people face an hour of invasion when the goddamn Caucasians stepped into my villages. They stepped into my villages to skin my people. You see, North America's indigenous population before colonization was 100 million, but we were savage and dirty, our existence unworthy, so we were skinned, unable to win. As 98% of villages were wiped out, leaving less than 2% of my people still living. But we are here today, without a doubt. They were unable to kill my people off, so they forced the education and put us on reservations. You see, this land is ours to share, not to own or to capitalize so individuals can rise, because we are all connected, a community. Every living thing exists to be respected. Every living thing exists for you and for me, and this ideology is so clear to see that this card holds no true value. Its only function is to symbolize that I cannot rise. I literally carry my people's history with me every day in my purse, and this history makes me want to curse, but yet this card is with me every day, holding me back, minimizing my worth. Thank you. I keep feeling like I'm gonna fall off the stage because this table is right there. I forgot to introduce myself. My name is Kahsenniyo. I'm a Mohawk Wolf from this territory here. And I'm gonna do one more poem called My People's Truth. And when I originally wrote this poem, I was doing like different conferences and workshops and doing a lot of work in the non-native community, and I felt like I needed to write something to kind of educate them on our struggles. And but since I've had the opportunity to do that and perform for my own people, I've realized the healing and strength that it has for us as well. And it's just kind of an overview of the issues that we face and kind of how I feel about them and all that good stuff. So I'm gonna get to it. My people are hurting and crying, yet Canada is still lying, telling the world that they have changed. And this thought is so very, very deranged. And they're lying straight to your face. But what I'm about to share with you, please don't let Harper's fake apology replace. For my people are dying too young because of all that they have done. Unsafe drinking water, father abusing daughter, son beating mom, cousin suffering with cancer, and she will never get to see her daughter become that beautiful dancer. My people are unable to love. Sometimes all I need is a hug. Begging mama to love me, hold me, help mold me. But she can't see that she doesn't even have the capacity to love me or hold me or help mold me, because languages and traditions are still disappearing, because too many elders are still fearing their identity, and despite this fear, their knowledge is still plenty, but some elders refuse to teach me about a history. So to this day, there are too many mysteries. What does it mean to be me? This information they won't share, for they still live in fear and shame of their very existence, and they will always resist it. For when they were little, they were told that they were dirty, savage, worthless, and unnecessary. And hell yes, this gets to me, as every day I wake and I see my people hurting and crying, yet Canada is still lying. Still don't believe me? Well, let me spit some statistics and make this just a little bit more realistic. 90% of prostitutes in Manitoba are young, Aboriginal women. No way to make money, so they give in. Forced onto the streets to ensure that their families can eat. If only they would have had someone in their life that would have said, girl, use your head. You're smart. Continue with your passion for art. Your possibilities are endless, and you don't have to get in this life of self-destruction. And we got pregnant mothers drinking on the daily, and every day I'm thankful that this wasn't my sister Haley. Fetal alcohol syndrome 25 times higher than the world average. These women know that they will harm their baby, but they figure maybe, just maybe, if they drink, the pain of their existence will go away, but it doesn't, so the next day, they wake and put that bottle to their lips. No man around to give them a sweet kiss, and the reason that they do this is because they are hurting and crying, yet Canada is still lying, pretending things are great, yet over 52% of Native people living below the poverty rates. Too many kids' mamas, just give them a shake, tell them to wake, send them off to school late with no food on their plate, send them off to school while all too often the only lessons learned is you gotta be tough if you an Indian. You must be stupid if you an Indian. You a whiny tag sucker if you're an Indian. And at the end of the day, these kids come home feeling like a goddamn no good Indian. So it's no wonder that they have a higher chance of committing suicide than they do to graduate. To wake up every morning and have to take that ride. Have to take that ride into a world that they hate, that isn't willing to relate to the struggles that they face. So it's no surprise that they're losing the race to first place, because the system is designed so that they can't relate. They can't connect to the material that they're learning because their spirit is yearning to be fed the words that my ancestors said. So now they drop out of school with no hope for tomorrow and forced to live their life in sorrow. No education leads to a 30% unemployment rate, so their only fate is a life of crime. These kids are 14 times more likely to be incarcerated, and these facts are not often related. So hopefully now you have some insight, and you see that every day my people fight. We fight to survive, so how can we thrive if we can barely survive? If we're still trying to deal with the tears of our people's past trauma, as these tears were passed down from mama to mama to mama. So I'm here to tell you that yes, my people are hurting and crying, and yes, Canada is still lying, telling the world that they have changed, and hell yes, this thought is so very, very deranged. Thank you.